And I thought I had a freaking brain tumor. I literally thought I had a brain tumor. These videos are not easy to do, but as I expressed last year in 2016, I'm going to start being a lot more open and honest with my supporters, sharing the good, the bad, and everything in between. So this is my year in review of 2017. This year, I'll start with everything in between. This year, I had about 500,000 views from January to December on TheBLACKMedia.org. And while that's amazing, it's a 700,000 viewership loss from 2016. I had about 1,200,000 views in 2016. If you subtract 500,000 from that, it's about a 700,000 viewership loss. I had over 400,000 visitors this year, but if you compare that to last year's numbers, I lost about 500,000 visitors. I was so proud that from 2013 till now, each year, my viewership went up. And this is the first year that it will look like this, going up, 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 and then not down, but just not going up. And that's the reason why it makes me so sad. What did I do wrong? Am I not doing enough? How do I fix this? You know, these are the thoughts that were running through my head and still are. In 2016, I told myself I worked too much. I worked too hard and I won't be doing that in 2017. And so I decided, okay, going into 2017, I'm going to write 30 articles a month. That way I don't overexert myself. And I ended up writing all year about 375 articles this year. Now, as compared to last year, I wrote like 450 articles, but at least I did that on purpose. You know, I lost that, article range on purpose. Those other things were not on purpose. And just for the record, the amount of articles you write do not equate to viewership and money. But that's basically the indifferent. Not necessarily bad, but definitely not good. And I'm really ambivalent about it. Now on to the good of 2017. This year, I made more money in 1 month than I made in 2014, 2015, and 2016 combined. In 1 month. I started a series called The Definition of Dope on TheBLACKMedia.org, and I reached thousands of new viewers, and I was able to get new artists, emerging artists, give them a platform, which I had never done before. I received retweets, likes, comments, messages, and more from really important people in the Black entertainment industry like Jennifer Lewis, Ava DuVernay, K. Michelle, Shonda Rhimes, Michael Eric Dyson, Laverne Cox, Marlon Wayans, Mac Wilds, Tammy Roman, India Arie, Kiki Wyatt, LaPortia Renee, Hill Harper, Cynthia Erivo, Marsha Ambrosius, MC Light, Azalea Banks, Yvonne Ordry, Trey Melvin, Tia Mari, Sammy, Sammy, I like the way you look at me. Okay, so Sammy, and then Julia Dash, who is directing the Rosa Parks film, BET, Shameless Maya, Quavinjanae Wallace, Keisha Cole, Dawn Richard, and 2 Olympic medalists, Asia Evans and Elena Myers. And because of the good money I was making, I was able to upgrade all of my production equipment, and drumroll please, I incorporated my business, so now I am the proud owner of TheBLACKMedia LLC. I started in 2013, but I didn't feel like it was a substantial business until this year. So I was like, okay, I'm making money, I'm making moves, I'm like a real business now. So I decided to incorporate it in June of 2017, and hasn't even been a full year yet, but TheBLACKMedia made major news by being mentioned, talked about, covered, added, just period, from Billboard magazine, okay, Complex, Double XL, and just so many more. I also scored my first major production with TheBLACKMedia LLC, which was like a mini documentary with Azalea Banks, one of my favorite rappers in the world, and I scored an interview with her that went viral several places and got picked up by all these people. It was just a fantastic experience. I even self-booked myself at a press event. Yes, I did say self-booked. If you're not booking yourself until, that's another conversation. I ain't got time for that. But I self-booked myself in 2017 to book reading of none other than the legendary T-Boz from TLC. And I got to meet her. Shout out to Shanti Das for letting me, find. Shanti Das was the interviewer. And I know her from some work that I did before. And she was like, just come here, let you meet her. So she helped me meet her or whatever, and that was really dope. And I got to take a picture and everything like that, and this is the picture. And I started the trademark process of our logo, the Tree of Soul, the Tree of Hope, and I started a merch line at TheBLACKMedia.org/merch. It was a soft launch dedicated to our #1 demographic, which is women of color. The tagline is, "It's not makeup, it's melanin." That came out the noggin, okay? And it's a soft launch saying thank you so much to all these women of color who've been holding us down. And here is some merchandise you can wear and you can rock proudly for those women who feel just as fabulous as when they're not wearing makeup, as when they take it off. And for women, the natural women who don't ever wear makeup, this shirt is for you. This saying is for you because we have hoodies, we got shirts, we got t-shirts, we had tank tops, different colors, different sizes, all of that. And it's not makeup, it's melanin. Because at the end of the day, when you wipe that makeup off, that melanin stays. It's not makeup, it's melanin. Because when people say they like your skin or like how you look, they ain't talking about your makeup, they talking about that beautiful brown, okay, all up in that. So it's not makeup. It's melanin. So you can expect a lot more from the merchandise in 2018. People have already started purchasing those shirts, and you can get yours today at TheBLACKMedia.org/merch. So even with all of that good happening to me, I bet you're wondering, how can you then have a bad? I did the indifferent, I did the good, and you're probably like, well, what was bad about your year? But there was so much that was going on. And now here's the bad. In or around March, I lost one of my best friends. I had never lost a friend before, and I rarely lose people. Death hasn't been a part of my life that often. And so that was very tragic. And it was a tragic death. It wasn't something that was, we knew about. It was shocking to everyone. And then maybe like a month or two after that, I lost my great-grandmother on my mother's side to cancer, which nobody even knew she had. She didn't even know. No one knew. And that was shocking too. And then right after that, maybe like a month later or a few weeks later, I lost my great-grandmother on my father's side. And she was killed in a car incident. She was hit by a car. And then just a few weeks ago, one of my very young cousins committed suicide. And this happened throughout the year. Started in March and just kept back to back happening. So it wasn't all a good year. Listen, I'll tell you one thing. This video is going to be a lot more informal than usual. I'm usually very professional with this stuff, but the camera just stopped working and all kind of stuff. It really did almost seem like it was going to be the perfect year. But once all of those deaths started happening, I started to get, I wasn't depressed, but I just got very down and started to reevaluate my life and am I doing enough? Am I a good enough person? And that's what happens when people just start dropping and dying around you, Around July, my website started having issues. What happened was I started losing viewership, like I expressed earlier. The reason why is because when people would go to my website from, different parts of the United States, they were getting a white page. They were getting nothing, but not everybody, just some people. And I ended up figuring out that it was because of an HTTPS issue. And that's just basically security issues. And because I did not go to college for computer technology or web technology or something, I didn't know what I was doing. I don't make enough money to pay somebody else to do that stuff. So I basically have to go back to school to teach myself how to do it and then fix the problems myself. It looked like the freaking Matrix back there. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And because of all of that, I lost viewership. Not only did I lose viewership, but my number one referrer, my number one traffic source is Google. Hundreds of thousands of people find me on Google daily. And they find me because Google indexes my articles on their search engine. They index my articles. They removed all of my articles. I had 2,000 articles indexed on Google. They removed all of them. So I had to re-index my stuff, and that takes a long time. It took me years to get that stuff up there. And I had to re-index all of my stuff back on Google. And I didn't know what I was doing. But I had to first fix my website. So the stress of that, not having money, because I wasn't making a dime. When my viewership started to tank, so did my money. And I had all these bills that I started to accumulate because I thought I was able to handle them. You know, I thought I was able to handle these bills because I was like making money in 2016. I told myself I would make, if I make money 2 years in a row, I'll start adding more bills, you know, upgrading things like my equipment, like my protection on my website, which is a monthly bill, which is, you know, like a different phone service, which is a monthly bill, like a different website, which is a monthly bill. You know, all of this stuff I wanted to add to it to grow because I thought I was growing. And then that just boom hit me out of nowhere. And it's like, how am I going to pay for this stuff? What am I going to do? And I started stressing like crazy. And out of nowhere, I literally thought something, I got sick. I got really sick and I did not know what was going on. And I thought I had a freaking brain tumor. I literally thought I had a brain tumor. Now, I didn't speak those words out loud because I believe the tongue does have power to manifest. But being sick all my life, I was born with asthma. I was born with, you know, all year round allergies. And I've been sick in and out of the hospitals my whole life. And plus I've broken quite a few bones. So my mother and my father had a handful growing up with me. So I know my body. And when I started to receive those I didn't know what the heck was going on with me. Just to give you an example of what I was feeling, the dizziness. I thought it was called dizziness, but I went to the emergency room. But just to give you an example, it was basically like this. Like that shakiness, that was what was happening to me. And I had no idea what the heck was going on with me. So I had to go to the emergency room. And I still haven't received that bill. So if y'all want to help me pay for that, because I ain't got no insurance. And went to the hospital. They ran all these tests. And they were like, you're perfectly healthy. And then they were like, but you were having brain spasms. Are you stressed? Is work making you stressed? And they were like, what do you do? And I started to tell them what I do. And when I said it out loud, I was like, no wonder. I basically wake up, work, eat, go to sleep, wake up, work, eat. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go to clubs. My friends are in New Jersey. I live in Atlanta. So it's like, I don't have time I don't do anything fun or relax or anything. And all my friends knew this, but I didn't know. I thought I changed. I really did. I thought I went into 2017 like I'm not going to work as hard as I did in 2016. I'm going to work smarter. So I'm only going to write 30 articles a month versus what I was doing before. And I thought I was doing that. And I'm meditating every day. I really thought I was relaxing, but apparently I wasn't. I don't want you watching, whoever you are, if you're running your own business or if you work for somebody else or if you don't have a job, to stress and make yourself and deal with anxiety and things like that, because it really can't. That lady said to me, you need to change the way you work right now because stress can kill you. She was like, you were on the verge of having a panic attack, and a panic attack can feel like a heart attack, and it really can mess you up. So she was like, no. And what was happening was I was drinking too much soda, like caffeine. And she was like, you need to cut out the caffeine. You probably won't be able to do that again because your body is now resisting it. And you're going to feel strange when you drink it, like stimulants and things like that. So she was like, you need to cut that out. And if you cut that out and you start to get better, then you know that caffeine was a part of the problem. But I only drank soda because I really don't even like soda. But I only drank soda because I realized that I drank it when I started to get stressed. It was like a stress reliever for me. Some people use alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever, but I was drinking soda, you know? And once I stopped doing that, maybe like 5 days after I went to the hospital, the brain spasm stopped and they have not returned since. That literally happened last month in November. But it changed my life. It made me reevaluate everything. It made me really reevaluate everything that I'm doing, all that work that I do. I did so much free work trying to get the Black media to be on, and I'm not doing that no more. I'm changing the scope of everything next year. And even though all of those things happened to me, unlike last year where I ended on a sour note, I am so ready for 2018. I'm excited for 2018. I spoke out loud. I manifested, used my tongue, the power of my tongue, and I said I'm going to make 100K next year. I wrote it on Facebook. I'm saying it to you right now. I'm saying it again out loud. I am going to make 100K next year or more. Okay? Okay, I'm going to just pigeonhole myself to that. But I'm so ready for 2018. And even though this year was, in the beginning, the first 6 months, it was up, 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 and I was killing it, and I was getting it, and I was doing it. And then next thing you know, it was like, hey, Mom, I need to borrow some money for... No. Even though it was horrible, it was like terrible, tragic deaths and making no money and losing my viewership and just being broke. You know, my credit score is amazing. And I got a credit limit of like, you know, I ain't gonna tell y'all my business, but I'm good. I'm I am good. Okay? And I just got a credit increase. But I'm using credit wisely. That's why my credit score is so good. I'm a very smart man financially. And it didn't end terribly. And the fact that it's only this December 17th, I have so much year left to live, you know? I raised money. I raised over $250 through TheBLACKMedia.org/donate. And I donated to 12 Days of Christmas, Inc., the charity here in Atlanta. And that money is going to go towards giving deserving children gifts this Christmas and families gifts this Christmas and a little token of appreciation. And that felt so good. And because of all the stress, because of all the money that I was making and feeling like I wasn't doing enough, I gave money personally to over 8 actually now, charities. And I don't have a lot of money. $5, $10, $25 can go a very long way. You know, so even though all of that stuff was going on, it wasn't a bad year. It just wasn't a good year. It was a very ambivalent year, a very indifferent year. And I want to encourage you watching. First of all, thank you for watching. Thank y'all for supporting me. My viewership went up. I had like 24,000 likes on Facebook. Now I have over 30,000. I had about 5,000 on Instagram. Now I have 6,000. Oh my gosh, I'm going to reveal something to y'all. I told y'all I was going to be a lot more open and honest. I bought 700 Twitter followers. Don't judge me. I just wanted to see what was going to happen, y'all, because my Twitter was whack. It was looking crazy out here. But I was like, let me just see what happens. And I bought them, and I was like, this is stupid. Why do people buy followers if they don't, it's not like the followers retweet and like and share and stuff. They don't do nothing. They just there. So it was stupid. It was an experiment. Wish I would have never done it. But whatever, it was like $5 or something, So in 2018, you can expect a lot more from TheBLACKMedia.org. If you want that merchandise, you can go to TheBLACKMedia.org/merch. There's going to be a lot more coming in 2018. There's going to be new subscription forms. There's going to be new submission forms. There's going to be new articles. There's going to be new interviews. There's going to be a lot more going on. I now have a YouTube page, youtube.com/TheBLACKMedia. Almost have 1,000 subscribers. And I'm excited. I'm excited for my 100K. Okay, next year. I went through a lot this year. I really did. But it made me stronger. And I can look you in the face and say that next year, oh, I'm going to have a great year next year. It's going to be a fantastic 2018. So I want y'all to come with me, join me. Thank y'all so much for y'all comments and likes and shares and just engagement. My engagement overall went out the door this year. So that was another positive, you know, and the more you sit down and think about your life, the more you'll find these positives, and you'll find a lot more positives than the negatives. And I'm blessed to have y'all internationally and nationally. I'm out here. And even though I only reached about 500K, and even though I can still change that within the next few weeks before the end of this year, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. And next year will be greater because of you, and because of me, and because of God, and because of my mom and my dad and my family. So thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. And Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Can't wait to see y'all in 2018.